50 goals in a season has always been hockey's gold standard. For some, it's the dividing line between really good and great, in a season, a career, or both. A few may have pushed the bar well beyond that, but 50 goals is still a magic number. And for so many years, it was the unattainable goal for the Maple Leafs. Despite all the great players who wore the blue and white, when they were winning cups and long after, the closest any Leaf came was Frank Mahovlich, who scored 48 in the 1961 season. The Big M got so close to becoming just the second player ever to 50, but he slipped into a severe slump and was blanked in his final 14 games. After that, two Leafs greats gave it a run in 1977-78. Lanny McDonald scored 47, and Darryl Sittler had 45, but that was as close as anyone got. And as the calendar turned to the 1980s, a Leaf scoring 50 goals was the furthest thing from most fans' minds. Because the early 1980s were filled with more losing and turmoil than fond memories. And by early 1982, both McDonald and Sittler were gone. Tasked with filling the void in just his third NHL season was Rick Vaive, obtained a couple of years earlier with Bill Derlago in a not very popular trade. Vaive was named captain at the tender age of 22, well before he was ready, replacing the beloved Sittler. Despite the burden, Vaive, who had a big shot and plenty of grit to his game, thrived that season. He broke the Big M's team record in the seventh last game, scoring 4 goals in a lopsided win over the Blackhawks. 2 nights later, on March 24th against St. Louis at Maple Leaf Gardens, history was made. Late in the first period, with the Leafs on a power play, Derlago cruised through the blue zone and made a nifty backhand pass to Vaive, who fired a one-timer past goalie Mike Liut, the elusive number 50. There were few enjoyable moments in those years, the Leafs constantly rebuilding, the owner constantly meddling. But Vaive was a part of most of the good times, finishing with 54 goals that season, 51 the next, and 52 the season after that. Of course, like two captains before him, after 8 seasons in Toronto, Vaive's tenure didn't end well. In many ways, over time, it feels like he lost his place in Leafs history, underappreciated. That his accomplishment may not be remembered with the reverence it deserves, may be overshadowed by the losing, the chaos, and other players who followed. What he did, especially under the circumstances, was remarkable. Remember, it has only happened 2 times since, and the last was 23 years ago. Vaive did it 3 times himself on not very good teams. And more importantly, perhaps, he did it first.